Hi everyone, I have something to read to you. I wanted to talk to you today about the Scottish Government's invitation to the public to an open meeting. And when I say invitation to the public, I mean the kind of invitation that comes with only a week's notice, absolutely no mainstream media fanfare, and is scheduled for a time when most people are either at work or collecting their children from school. So, given the government's overlooked effort to really engage the Scottish public on this very important issue, I'm making a direct plea to you that you share this video, or at least the paraphrased content, with anyone that you know who is Scottish, or anyone that you know who knows someone who is Scottish. Or you might just share it because unless I succeed in getting the Scottish people to pay attention to what's happening here, and I haven't given up hope of that, Scottish people are not stupid. They're the victims of an intentional covert effort to contrive and launch a system without their participation or consent. But if I can't get Scotland to pay attention, then you can look upon this video as an exercise in predictive programming regarding the digital ID soon to be rolled out in your very own country. Unless, of course, you're in India, where it has already been rolled out. It's called the Aadhaar card. For your edification, the Aadhaar card is a 12-digit unique identification number which is assigned by the Unique Identification Authority of India to all the Indian citizens. This number is obtained by the residents by providing the biometric and demographic details at the government-authorised Aadhaar enrolment centres. The Aadhaar card works as an identity card, which is accepted by all non-government and government organisations. It is not only photo identity, but also contains biometric details like fingerprints and iris image. Aadhaar card also contains a QR code that can be scanned to verify whether the details mentioned in the card are correct or not. The Indian government has made it compulsory for people to link their bank accounts with their Aadhaar cards to avail themselves of subsidies like the kerosene subsidy, school subsidy, food subsidies. So in our country, this would correlate to your ability to claim benefit. The Aadhaar card is also required for opening a bank account, paying income tax, getting your phone connected, and just when you thought it wasn't sufficiently intrusive and bizarre enough, in India, you can't get a new gas supplier without one. Anyway, back to Scotland's online meeting. Online, no doubt, so that natural interaction is nullified. You wouldn't want a difficult question getting in the way of a good story. You can tune in to this this opportunity for a meaningful exchange on November 16th between 2 and 4 p.m. I'll put the link for registration in the video description. If it doesn't work directly, then please cut and paste it into your browser. So, the Scottish Government is hosting this meeting because they want to invite you to discuss whether Scotland wants a digital identity service or whether the potential for misuse of data outweighs any perceived benefit to public service efficiency. No, sorry, the Scottish Government are hosting this meeting because they want to update you on the progress as they prepare to go live with Scotland's digital identity programme. Now, forgetting the public money, which must already have been spent on establishing this technology at a time when apparently all of our services, the NHS, emergency responders, etc., were and still are in crisis because of a global pandemic, I want today to draw your attention to the minutes of the 2018 meeting of the Online Identity Assurance Programme Board, where the following points, amongst others, were made. Focus for any citizen engagement should be on showing people what having a digital identity could mean for them and how they can use it, as opposed to general awareness raising about the programme. In other words, by their own noted admission, they don't want to encourage general discussion regarding the idea as a concept. They want to steer discussion such that people perceive themselves to be talking about the potential attributes of a foregone conclusion. From the minutes of the same meeting, I quote, It was clarified that biometrics, e.g. facial recognition, was within the scope of the work. And for those who don't already know, this is where the LED streetlights, which appeared all over the Western world during the lockdowns via grants that your local councils were able to access from the World Economic Forum, G20 Global Smart Cities Alliance, come in. I'm going to ask of you that if you haven't seen them, you watch my videos on LED street lighting, the links to which I will also put in the video description, for reference proof of what I am about to assert, which is that the LED street lighting poles are specifically designed to be equipped with biometric sensors and high-resolution facial technology-enabled IP cameras, which will track, trace, and record your every move. And just because I know that if you haven't heard about it before, you will not entirely unreasonably think that I am talking nonsense, I will quote to you from Scotland's Smart City Alliance case study, which states that Edinburgh City Council seeks to install an advanced video management system, modern networking mesh for the transmission of data across the city, and high-resolution IP cameras to create a state-of-the-art video surveillance system as part of the public safety project. And since all of Scotland's cities are signed up to be smart cities, it's reasonable to extrapolate that this surveillance will be similarly rolled out in Glasgow, Perth, Stirling, Dundee, Inverness, and Aberdeen. Now, I wanted at this juncture to insert a short reference to blockchain, which, if you don't know about it, is a database which allows details of transactions, interactions, movement, and all other data to be recorded and stored in immutable chunks. In other words, it creates a record of everything that you've ever done and everything that your children will ever do. This is inalterable and could and is intended to form the basis of a social credit score. So even if your child manages to grow up and transition from easily influenced teenager, who occasionally makes poor choices, to self-directed adult, who occasionally makes poor choices, they will suffer the lifelong cumulative anxiety of knowing that their every move and deed is being watched and recorded, and that unless they conform to the profile of a perfect person, where the definition of a perfect person is determined by a global government, there will be consequences. Anyway, I was looking amongst all my open tabs for the section of Scotland's digital identity programme where I had read something to the effect that Scotland is a leader in blockchain innovation, when I came across a reference to the Edinburgh Bitcoin meetup, which was established in January 2014 and has evolved to be the Scottish blockchain meetup with around 400 members. This event regularly attracts over 200 attendees and world-leading expert speakers. It then went on to reference a list of SMEs involved in blockchain development. For instance, Edinburgh-based blockchain technology partners founded by cloud pioneer Duncan Johnston-Watt, who provide a production-ready blockchain platform and partner with businesses to deliver blockchain-based solutions, which they then operate on their behalf. And their first customer was the ScotCoin project, which, and I am quoting now, is the community interest company behind ScotCoin, Scotland's only digital currency. And finally, for now, I would like you to know that according to the Digital Identity Scotland Programme Board Paper number DISPB 13, which I'll reference again in the description, alpha phase commenced in 2018, December 2018, and is expected to conclude on 31st of May 2019. For the alpha phase, the project team has joined the Open Identity Exchange, the OIX, a worldwide non-profit cross-sector membership organization, in order to collaborate with a range of organizations with interest in digital identity. So, what is the Open Identity Exchange? It's a non-profit organization which provides funding to its global members and was founded by, amongst others, Google and Microsoft. The declared purpose of OIX is a world where we can all prove our identity and eligibility anywhere using a simple, universally trusted ID. So, in conclusion, the crazy idea that there is a nefarious plot afoot to collapse the economy while simultaneously introducing a global digital ID system informed by biometrics and 24/7 facial recognition surveillance, combined with the replacement of cash via central bank digital currency in order to track, trace, subjugate, and control the masses, could be said to have gained a certain amount of credibility in Scotland. Anyway, the meeting is on the 16th between 2 and 4. Be there or be enslaved. Hard sometimes to fathom what I'm having to write and read about these days. I really, really do appreciate your listening, and I love you all very, very much. Take care. Bye, bye, bye.